The perception of a country culture. It's interesting because yes indeed, we all have perceptions of different nations. If I would talk about the Dutch, people might say they are very good at doing commercial things. If I talk about the German, we apparently seem to think that they are very strict and always having the things really well done. So it's a perception that lives. A very good example of how strong it can be is the World Cup. We take now the latest World Cup we have lived all together, and there has been a team that won. It were the French. The French are known for their feeling of superiority. It translates itself very positively when it comes to everything that is gastronomy. You take their wines, their cheese, whatever. They seem to have the best products and we tend to really buy into it. We really like that aspect of their culture. As you will notice in this video, it's now the third time I speak again. The reason is simply there is some French going downstairs and making a lot of noise, so I have to retake it. To take it back to what we said is the feeling of superiority. As I just said before, positive is everything that is related to the gastronomy. What is also a thing that dials out of it is their feeling that everything has to be done for them. That's why what we call they would always be on the streets. The least something is not fine, they believe to have to go into a grève. That's also another expression of feeling of superiority. Now, a very nice one that happened was the one at the World Cup in Moscow. I myself had the luck to be there, and we saw about 150 different nations. What was incredible is that to see that 149 nations were all behind one team, and that team were the Croatians. There were only one that were really supporting, it were the French themselves. The question there was, how come? Because we tend to say they are better, they are good at what they do, and here this feeling is not at all appreciated. Well, the reason is because they used their superiority not in translating it in a way of game that would represent it, they played it in a way that people who would feel inferior would do. And that's the reason why so many people didn't like this attitude of the French. It's not because they don't like the superiority feeling of French, it's because the way they did and how it contradicted with their culture. This is the specifics of a country culture. Voilà.